Hello everyone, I am Tastit and welcome to the Gems of War version 6.5 live stream. So of course, we ended up just getting the patch, literally just downloaded for me moments ago. Unfortunately, it took us like 10 minutes to get there. However, I did finally download. If I'm not mistaken, the patch notes still aren't up yet. However, I haven't actually clicked around to see what might have changed. Also, we got 2 new achievements as well. But let me first go check to see if the patch notes are up. And I don't believe they are, which is unfortunate. Alternatively, there are 2 new achievements, so if we click over to achievements, we can see what these 2 are real quick. And then kind of just explore around, see what might have changed before we get the patch notes itself. But the 2 new achievements are as follows. Of course, the patch itself is called the Dragon's Path, which we've known for quite a while now. As far as the first one, diamonds are forever. Craft a gem dragon egg in the Soul Forge. Let me guess, that uses some kind of new material combined with some old material. And the other one is get a perfect run in a dungeon. Wait, what do you mean a dungeon? Get a perfect run in a dungeon. You mean these dungeons? Did they update dungeons? Because these are dungeons. Oh, okay, this changed. Okay, I see what they mean. Okay, so this is a new dungeon rework. Okay. So we have the standard loot. We got some kind of dragonite. Oh, you could buy cursed runes now. Wait, isn't that good value? Hold up. Brain processing. Well, this one's really bad value. We know that. However, that's 4, 5, 8. That's 8 gems per cursed rune. I can't remember. Is that good? That's definitely not necessarily bad. But yeah, you can get cursed runes directly now. That's interesting. That might be tempting. Also, some new resource called Dragonite that we probably need to buy immediately. That we might need to start buying literally every single day. Interesting. Yeah, they still have this standard 50 bundle, which has always been okay value. It's definitely always best value on Sundays. This seems really bad value given that that exists. The cursed runes seem okay, and assumably we need the Dragonite. Since I'm not sure any other way we might get it other than dungeons. Okay, let's go check Soul Forge. So where are these things? Let's check other first. It seems like something that might be under other. Or not. Okay, it's not under other. It's probably not under weapons. Oh, wait. These are some new weapons, though. Oh gosh, that's a lot of Dragonite. 1,000? Though it is a mythic weapon, so... Interesting. And here are a bunch of dragons. Oh yeah, let me go to troops. They're probably under troops then. Okay, so we got a gem dragon egg. Oh, we can craft one of these right now. Not enough resources to craft this, but we can go get enough resources to craft it. Where are the other dragons? Or do you just hatch them from the dragon eggs? Because that's the only thing here. Oh, that and this. Which is a new mythic, I would assume? Oh, a new boss troop! But it doesn't cost power orbs. When are they going to give us something for power orbs? But interesting. Oh! They did it. They finally did it. We got a 6-color troop. Ooh. 30 mana cost 6 color. I don't even know what his ability is. Doesn't even matter. It's a 6-color one. We haven't had a 6-color troop ever. Evolved Gorgotha did used to exist for 15 mana cost, so it was a troop that was eventually retired that you cannot get. I used to be able to summon it back in the day, but you can't actually get it, nor were you ever able to get it. But this is the first 6-color troop. There are 2 weapons that currently are 6-color. But yeah, Dragon Boss. And unfortunately, the 50% mana start troop's pretty bad, but it is the only way to give it 50% mana start. Though it uses every color, so you should be able to get it up pretty easily with any mana loop team. Diamond Flame. Deals a bunch of damage to all enemies, boosted by skulls. Convert 5 skulls to Doom Skulls. There is a 10% chance for an extra turn, boosted by skulls. Oh, but that's pretty low. Because the boost ratio is only 3 per skull. So let's say there's 10 skulls on the board, you're only getting a 40% chance for extra turn there. So that's not too good. But gosh, using every color is kind of nice. Though it is a full AoE off of a all color. So that alone actually has potential. Plus a potential extra turn, that's okay. Gem Scales, 55% reduction, not bad. Summon a Bone Storm at start of battle, at least that synergizes with this thing. And gives 2 magic to all allies when matching a skull. If that works when it's not in first slot, that's okay. If it only works when it's in first slot, that's pretty bad. But it does require this other weapon, which I believe required a lot of things to actually obtain. Let me go over to it. Also, let's see if we have the patch notes after we go look through this a little bit more. So where's these new dragon weapons? Or what did it need? It just needed the 3 dragons. So we have 3 things here. So this needs 3 of the dragons. This needs 3 other dragons. This requires both those 2 weapons. So these, I assume we get from the eggs. So it looks like there's 6 different colors plus the diamond, which we already knew. There's going to be these 3. There's 1 per element, and then diamonds is a skull-related one. And the skull-related one is the mythic as well. I mean, the boss rarity troop, which is now the 3rd, well, technically 5th. but third, like, true boss rarity troop. Because realistically, I would say there's only like 3 Zugaf and Rage Karendar in this one. Theoretically, there's that other double combination of the Hatter and Scroll and these two. Scroll Reborn and Hatter, but I don't know. They're not really too good for the most part. I guess the Doomskull one's a little bit better, but the other one's kind of useless. Anyways, so I guess we just have to keep hatching these eggs, get those other troops. With those other troops, we can then craft those 2 weapons. Because we have these 3, and then we just need a bunch of that. So these should actually be pretty easy weapons to craft. What do they do? Create 1 blue giant gem. We don't know what a blue giant gem does, though. For every blue enemy, then deal a bunch of damage to all blue enemies and freeze them. Though a lot of blue enemies have immune to freeze. Also, it's the same color as Rope Dart and the same mana cost as Rope Dart. So you're probably just using Rope Dart instead. This does the same thing, but a red giant gem. And for every red enemy. And then burns them. Once again, reds normally have immune to burn. Similar to how blues normally have immune to freeze. And then the fully combined one, which you need to go get the other boss rarity troop, it deals damage to all enemies, freeze and burns all... Oh, that's not bad. That's basically a Gorgotha. I mean, not Gorgotha, I mean Zugaf. That's cool. Burn and freeze all enemies, then creates 3 giant... What are these giant gems, though? 3 blue giant gems and 3 red giant gems. That could be good if we knew what on earth those giant gems do. And it is, of course, a 3 mana cost weapon. Also, what's pretty relevant about this is assuming these give blue or red mana accumulation, it does use both blue and red while also using green. So that could potentially feed back into itself and actually be pretty good. Because that's what, an AoE damage into potential mana back into itself while full freezing and full burning. That actually has potential to be decent, depending on what on earth the giant gems actually do. Check the troop menu. They're all the... Oh yeah, they're mythic? Hold up. Yeah, I forgot. We could literally just check it here under unowned. So here are all the troops. They are all 28 mana cost mythics. So we have the purple one. Oh wait, why does it have a boss border? Wait, they're all bosses? Wait, they're all bosses. Ooh. Hold up. That's a lot of boss troops, gosh. But yeah, they're all bosses, which makes them very, very weak to Zugaf. I'm not Zugaf, I mean all the boss slayers. So it deals a bunch of damage to all... Let's go check this. So I assume they all have gem scales. Yeah, gem scales, gem scale, gem scale. We already know the other one has gem scale, gem scale, gem scale, and gem scale. Okay, so they all have the trait of 50% score reduction. They also all seem to have a trait where they gain magic based on something. So magic based on purple, magic based on green, magic based on brown, and without even clicking, we kind of already know that this is going to be red, blue, and yellow. And of course, this one is going to be skull, which we already kind of knew. Anyways, so all of them have a pretty similar setup. They also all have a storm to their color. So purple, skull, green, so on and so forth. So what's their actual ability then? So I assume they all have a similar ability then, yes. So they all deal damage to all enemies, convert boosted by purple, or boosted by a gem, and convert 7 of them, or 5 of them to a giant version, which I still don't know what these giant gems do. And there's a 10% chance for an extra turn, and it's boosted by the thing. In this case, 2 times. Are all of them 2 times except the other one, which is 3 times? Seems like it. Okay. It depends how good these giant gem things are that they keep mentioning. Do we have a patch notes yet so we can actually see what these do? So who knows, maybe we'll be able to get one. I'm not sure how the egg mechanic works. Also, hello everyone, by the way. Been trying to go through... Wait, why am I doing it this way? I can literally just type it in here. Yeah, let's see if we have the patch notes to get a little bit more information here if we can. Oh no, I did miss your joke. Sorry, I'm not barely even looking at chat. Hello everyone, by the way. Let me go say hello to everyone. Also, let's go hand out a code. We're gonna hand out 3 to stream. Also, thanks a ton, Andrew, for the $25 tip. Greatly appreciated. Hello Roman. Hello Bill. Hello Gimli. Hello Hollywood. Hello Dwight. Hello Draco. Hello Anthony. Hello Nightmare. Hello hello Bonnie. Hello Tyrion. Hello Andrew. Hello Defiant. Hello Cookie. Hello Logic Slayer. Hello Sushi Ninja. Hello hello Isabel. Hello Ricardo. Hello Weenie. Hello who else hellos? Hello hello Beer. Hello Clip Bomb. Hello Chad. Hello Anthony. Hello hello. My gosh, a lot of people here. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Let's go ahead to the code as well. Hello NASA. Hello Cookie. Hello SX. Hello FK. Hello Dronian. Hello Tyrion. Hello Nightmare. Who did I miss? If I missed you, say hello again. Hello Analyst. Anyways, let me go get you guys a code. We'll have 3 to stream as I mentioned earlier. And let's go see if the patch notes are up. Let's hope so. Let me just click on it. Do we have any patch notes? Yes, no, maybe so? Yes, finally, patch notes. Let's go look at them. They were posted. Does that just say how many minutes ago it was posted? Probably a couple minutes ago, because it wasn't up earlier when I was checking. Anyways, let's go read through this patch notes. But first, code. And also, you can claim it right over here underneath the redeem code section. Right over here, you can go claim this code. Actually, we might as well claim it right in that menu. Actually, here, I'm going to just post it straight in the thing, and I'll just claim it right there then. Let's see. So let me just grab it from here. Get you guys this over here. Let's see. We'll claim it right on this menu. Might as well. We're literally already here. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Just getting that ready. But here you go. There's the redeem code. And to use it, we can actually show it right here. Just copy paste the code thingy. And go over to the redeem code section on gemsofwar.com. Put in whatever your invite code is. I forgot the E key doesn't work on this keyboard. Copy paste the code in there. Do put some backspaces here. Sometimes it adds extra space. Same as after it sometimes. And now it should work. And we get some in-game resources, as we can see right over in our mail. Right there. And it gives the same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And we'll be handing out 3 of them today in celebration of the patch. Anyway, speaking of that, let's go read the patch notes. So, of course, the new patch just dropped. If we go head over to the patch notes section, and here we are. So, dungeon improvements. They have finally reworked Dungeon. This is a mode that has been needing a rework for pretty much the day it was incepted. Initially, it seemed like the rework to Dungeons was going to be, you know, the underworld existing. However, they have finally got around and simply just completely reworked it, so that's cool. So, we have made an update to the dungeon to make it feel more like players are exploring a dungeon and adding new ways for players to interact with it. The dungeon menu has an update to have 2 tabs in the menu. One for the dungeon, or the main dungeon, and one for the new dungeon shop, see below, which we already kind of saw earlier. Dungeons now have a level that affects the difficulty of the dungeon. The dungeon level can never go below 1 and can never be higher than 20. Dungeon level will also affect the rewards. Can I just max it immediately then? Dungeon level will also affect the rewards that can be earned in the dungeon. So completing dungeons on harder difficulties will give more rewards. Players will have 6 dungeon doors to pick from. Behind each door is either a battle, a trap, or a boon room. Each dungeon will have 3 battle rooms, 2 traps, and 1 boon room. So what's that again? 3 battles, 2 traps, 1 boon. Battles are the same battles that players encounter before, with the exception of the final boss for the dungeon. We have added 7 new dungeon bosses for players to encounter, 1 per day. These new dungeon bosses are Gem Dragon Mythic bosses, each themed to their dungeon. Players can now fight dungeon battles in any order once they encounter them in the dungeon. Example, if the player finds the battle against the Gem Dragon, they can fight that before they do the other battles. Traps will apply debuffs to the player in any future battle in the dungeon for the day. Trap effects are reset daily, so traps will not affect the following day. If players manage to defeat all 3 battles without encountering trap, they will earn a perfect run. No, that's RNG based. No, that is completely luck based. I'm pretty sure, unless there's a mechanic to scout it, but that is literally luck based if you get a perfect run or not. And it might even give a resource bonus. Let's see, they will earn a perfect run, which will earn them Dragonite, a new resource that can be used in the Soul Forge. Boon rooms are one of 3 types, either altar or treasure, or stairs. Altars are the reverse of traps and will grant a buff to the ally in all future battles for the day. Like traps, altars will only apply to the day and then will reset on the following day. Treasures will give bonus jewels for that day's dungeon. Example, a treasure room in the dungeon of fire will give rubies. Stairs can either go up or down. Stairs that go up will lower the... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh no, stairs that go up will lower... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why do the upstairs make it go lower? Yeah, stairs that go up will lower the dungeon's level, while stairs that go down will decrease or increase the dungeon level. Oh, I guess you're going deeper by going down. I'm always thinking of like Tower of Doom, where, you know, you're like climbing up makes it harder. But I guess since it's a dungeon, going downwards makes it harder. That's kind of confusing, given that the other mode that's somewhat like this is up is harder. But yeah, and this one's down is harder. That kind of makes sense then, I guess. Because it's not like it's a tower, it's a dungeon. So I guess it's in the ground. So going deeper is harder. Anyways, players can choose whether they wish to use the stairs to change their dungeon level, or if they want to stay at the same dungeon level. If the player uses the stairs, the new dungeon level will apply to any unfought battles. Oh wait, sorry, I need to reread that. If the player uses the stairs, the new dungeon level will apply to any unfought battles and treasures that have not been encountered. Okay, so you'd want to take downwards as many times as you can, like earlier on. Like you always want to go down, obviously. Let's see. And doing so before you take the other loot actually increases your loot prior to being as far down as you possibly can, which is floor 20, I think it was, or level 20, whatever it was. Dungeon shop update. We already saw earlier. We have updated the dungeon shop, making it easier for players to find and view the offers. Gem bounties no longer require players to defeat a dungeon boss in order to be able to get it. We have added 3 new offers for players to spend gems on to get resources for the Soul Forge, including Cursed Rune and Dragonite, both of which actually seem not that bad. Though I'm not sure exactly how every other way that we get Dragonite. But that seems like one good way to kind of get a bunch initially, every single day. New Soul Forge recipes. We have added new Soul Forge recipes that use Dragonites to be crafted, which I think we already saw earlier when we were going through them. One of these recipes is the Gem Dragon Egg. This recipe will craft either one of the 6 legendary dragons we saw earlier, and by legendary I mean boss rarity. 2 legendary weapons recipes require these troops in order to be crafted, and they will not be consumed like everything is, or assume so. 1 mythic weapon that needs both of the legendary weapons, which we already saw, and crafting that 1 mythic boss troop thing that uses every single color requires basically having everything, which I'm actually surprised is not an achievement to have. Or was it, and I just didn't notice. Kingdom Daily Deal improvements. We have made some improvements to the Kingdom Dailies so that it will try to give players more offers, better targeted. Wait, Kingdom Dailies, Kingdom. Which one is this? Kingdom Dailies. Is this the other offers? Oh, Tribute's ready. Is it talking about these offers? I'm not sure what it means by Kingdom offers. Slightly confused there. We have made some improvements to the Kingdom Dailies so that it will try to give players more offers better targeted to the Kingdom Power level tasks. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they mean those 3 offers that we get each day, is what I'm gathering from this. We will continue to make further improvements in the future. We have also added some new offers to help fill in the gaps. Oh, wait, please tell me there's a deep book in here. Please tell me there's deep books. Let's see. We will have also added some other offers to fill in the gaps that were not being offered previously. Some of these include Forge Scrolls, so Forge Scrolls are in there. Epic Metal offer, which already existed. This is similar to the Epic Metal offer that VIP players have been able to get. Oh, I see. This is basic. Wait, free-to-play wasn't already able to get that? Okay, Legendary now free-to-play can get. Mythic Metal offer. How many is that? Hold up. How many gems is that? If that's under 1,000, I'm buying it every time. If that is 1,000 or less, if it's 1,500, that's questionable. But if it's like around 1,000 or less, we're buying it every time we see it. Though this seems like, based on the wording that they have, this might be locked behind VIP 5 or VIP 6, whatever it was for the thing. Also, 2 new achievements we saw earlier. Practice makes perfect, get a perfect run in a dungeon, and diamonds are forever, craft a Gem Dragon Egg in the Soul Forge. I'm actually surprised getting the boss troop isn't one of the achievements, because both of these should be pretty easy. Well, this one's luck-based. However, this one is really easy, if I'm understanding correctly. We just craft one of those eggs and we already have it. Weapons can now be sorted by tempering rather than level in the weapon filter menu. And a bunch of bug fixes that, for the most part, I'm probably not going to go over right now, because I'm pretty sure they haven't actually fixed half of them. That's kidding. But no, it's just a bunch of bug fixes. But there we go. Anyways, not too relevant there. We're glad to see them doing some more bug work. I'm pretty sure they created triple the amount. Okay, so let's go and clear through this. Let's go get ourselves an egg. So let me go read through some of chat that I may have missed. Let's see. Also, hello, Anthony. If I didn't already say hi, welcome. Oh, I already said hi. Hello, NASA. Hello. Who did I say hello to? Hello, Barbara. Welcome. Okay, let's see. You already did the dungeon, so no updated battles today. Oh, do you not actually get to do it if you already did dungeons? That's unfortunate. If the egg is random, a random dragon every time, that is going to be a nightmare. I don't think so, because it was pretty cheap, right? Unless it goes up in costs, because wasn't it only 500? Let me double check. Wasn't it only 500 to do an egg? Because we could do an egg right now, if that's the case. Yeah, it says 500 of that material. And you know what we can get for 300 gems right now? If we go over to games, go click on dungeon and click on dungeon offers for 300 gems. Oh wait, that's only 60. Wait, how many do we need again? Oh yeah, never mind. Maybe we don't have enough. Hold up. Wait, Soul Forge, troops. Oh yeah, never mind. We have nowhere near enough. Anyways, let's make progress towards it, I guess. So let's go click on games. I assume we could buy this every single day. And we definitely need to until we have one. Possibly even until we have them all. How do I buy it? Oh, I have to click there? That's weird. Do you want to purchase today's Dragonite offer for 300 gems? So that basically means they cost 5 gems each. Is that worth it? I have no clue, but we need them. We have 0, so let's get some. There we go. And I assume we can get that again tomorrow. I, however, will not be getting the curse runes. If we're in a pinch for them, I guess we could. However, we're not going to get it for now. And same as this. This is very not worth it. This is still the same value as before. And this is still not worth getting for the money. Only on like Sunday would it maybe be worth it. But yeah, we'll keep doing the Dragonite. Though this one actually is okay value if you needed some in a pinch. Okay, so let's figure out how to do this. So we just click on them, right? So choose door. So is there no way to increase our level deliberately? We just have to get stairs and hope it goes down. Is it really luck-based for us to actually get stairs? It's so unfortunate. Alright, so we'll click this. We got a toxic... Oh, we already hit a trap. Inflict poison on all allies at the start of battle. Okay. So we already literally triggered a trap. We double trap. Oh gosh, I'm not sure if any of you caught my stream earlier, but we went triple over odds. So if you see anything like absurdly bad luck today, we have the worst luck I have ever seen all day. And we literally just double trapped. There's only 2 traps, we just doubled on them. Yeah, we went triple over odds earlier today. And I'm not surprised by that luck. Anyways, can we find some stairs? Thank you. These are downwards, right? Because descending goes deeper, right? Do you wish to descend to the next level in the dungeon? Yes. Battles will increase in difficulty, but you will get more rewards. 100% descend. So now we're at level 2. Can I just keep descending? Please spam. I want to go to the final floor. I'm pretty sure we can only go down once per day, if it's even a downwards one. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, now we can do our 3 battles, because we know for sure this is a battle, and a battle, because we took literally everything that isn't a battle now. And now we're at dungeon level 2. And I'm pretty sure we can only descend once per day, if it's even a downwards one. Hopefully it's not luck-based, and I think it is, so we may or may not move down, which might take like a whole month before we can actually reach level 20 to get those max rewards. But anyways, let's go click on this one. So I assume these are just the same 3, right? Yeah. So you always want to check your stairs before you take your fights then, if you can. Unless you can guarantee get all 3 of your fights initially, because there's an achievement for taking that. Plus you get like an extra bonus. Though it's completely luck-based if you don't get the traps, which is really annoying. Anyways, so here's the new dragon. Also, why did they give such a weird number of shards? Why 101 and 202? Such a weird number. So hey, it's technically 1 more than before, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, otherwise the loot's kind of similar. Just different fights and a little bit of a different setup. Oh, you know why it might be slightly higher? It's because the level descending. That's why it went up a little bit. Anyways, let's go fight these. So I assume these are just standard dungeon fights. We could probably just take a Phoenicia to them. They're still low enough, even though they got slightly higher level, that they will pretty much just insta-die to Phoenicia. If I can find where enough my Phoenicia team is. So let's go take them out real quick. So from here, it should pretty much just be standard battles. We did get some kind of debuff on us, though. I didn't see what the second one was. One of them was poison. I did not see what the second trap was. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's not going to do enough to affect this team at all. Be nice if we had a little bit more mana there. So +1 level equals 1% more loot. I'm not sure if that's exactly the case. But, oh, was it 20% stat debuffs? Oh, that's not good. But it might be the case, because how much would that be total then? That'd be like 20% extra loot, if that's the case. Debuff all allies by 20% to all stats. Oh, that's unfortunate. But we still have enough to one-shot, oddly enough, even with 20% less. Only way to get Dragonite is through gems. No. You can also get it through a perfect run, but a perfect run seems completely luck-based. Because I don't think there's any ways to scout for traps. If you're like us, you're literally going to double roll trap right at the beginning. You can't click into the battles on your phone, really? Try clicking a little bit lower. Because when I was clicking on the other thing, you had to click like all the way at the bottom for it to work. When I was doing the other menu. So you might just be clicking too high or too low. Like try clicking around the edges or something. Because when I was trying to take the loot, you have to click like all the way at the bottom of it in order to claim it. Which is very weird. It didn't let you click at the top of it. Alright, there we go. Okay, so that's dungeons done for today. And we got a descending stairs. Unfortunately, hit double trap. But yeah, to my understanding, if you can get all 3 of these rooms without hitting either the 2 traps, you get some amount of free Dragonite. How much, I have no clue. But otherwise, it looks like you'll have to buy it per day. And it looks like it costs 5 gems per day to get Dragonite, unless you get a bigger bulk on Sundays for cheaper. But based on this offer, it looks like it's 5 gems per Dragonite, which means we could basically break down the cost of every single thing that's in Soulforge. So if we go over to Soulforge and go over here, let's assume we never get a perfect dungeon run. Did I do the dungeons already? Yes, I just finished it. But yes, if we... Oh yeah, is it the same per person? Did everyone have those traps in the top 2 spots and then the staircase in the other 3? Because I wonder if it's the same per guild or if it's just completely random per person. Because if it was the same across everyone, that's kind of interesting. You open 3 of them but can't fight. Oh no, I just clicked on them. Maybe click a little bit lower. Because on the other thing, I had to click really low in order to actually fight them. Like for these, if I click here, it doesn't actually let me claim it. I have to click like all the way around the edge, all the way at the bottom. But yeah, I just clicked on them and it let me fight them. What was I about to go say? I was about to say something about something. But yeah, if you can get all 3 of these battles without clicking a single trap, you get some amount of Dragonite. But otherwise, it seems like it costs about 5 gems per Dragonite. So let's break down the cost of what some of these things cost. So for example, a Gem Dragon Egg then would cost you 2,500 gems. Am I reading that correctly? If it's 5 gems apiece, that would be the case. So it is 2,500 gems per egg, which means to be able to get all of them with perfect luck would end up coming out to 15,000 gems. Though realistically, you're going to get multiple of some copies, which means expect to pay probably closer to 30,000 because to my understanding, it will be completely random which of these 6 you end up getting. So you could end up getting duplicates, obviously. So you could go many times before you get 1 copy of each. However, once you do, you can then craft these other 2 things, which this is another 2,500, this is another 2,500, and this then is another, what then, 5,000. So if we break that down, that is a minimum of 15,000 gems for the... And this is if you get perfect luck. It is 15,000 gems for the dragons. Then another 2,000 there, which comes out to 10,000. So what is that, 25,000 gems? If I'm understanding this correctly, to get absolutely everything in this patch, it requires 25,000. That's a lot of gems. That is 25,000 gems over the course of a couple months. Because let's say we get 60 every single day, and there's like nothing else that we can end up doing. What's the number again? It was 2,000. How many is the astral thing? 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. So it was 5,000 things. What's that divided by 60? Because it's 5,000 divided by 60 then. So if you got literally no perfects, it would take about 3 months, 83 days. So over the course of 3 months and 25,000 gems, assuming you get perfect luck, you would be able to get everything. This is assuming no repeat dragons, which you are likely to get some amount of repeat dragons. Meaning it could take closer to a little over 3 months and would take probably a little bit closer to what would that be then? Like 30, 35,000? Because the lowest is going to be 25,000 gems, unless you get lucky on the dungeons. I have no clue. Has anyone actually gotten perfect floors? Because if you got perfect floors, you get some amount of that material for free. Some amount of Dragonite. The only problem with this is that is completely luck-based. Unless it's like some kind of consistency between guilds or something. But if it's completely random... Oh yeah, it is random. But yeah, if it is completely random, which it seems to be, then it's literally just a roll of a dice if you get free Dragonite. But has anyone actually done it yet today? Anyone here? There's 102 people here. Has anyone done these and gotten the 3 troops first? Because if you do all 3 of these before you hit a single trap, you get some amount of Dragonite. However, we don't know how much Dragonite that is because the forum didn't mention. Yeah, it does look like it costs upwards of 25,000 gems. 25,000 gems is the minimum, assuming that's the only way to get them. There might be other ways to get them. We don't know that yet. Because the only other way that's confirmed to get them is if you get all 3 dungeon battles without hitting a trap. So if you find these 3 and then do them before you hit a trap, you will get some amount of Dragonite. To an amount, I have no clue how much. But you'll get some amount of Dragonite. But it's completely luck-based because you have to avoid these 2. Taking a stair doesn't actually go against it. But taking either the 2 traps before finding these 3 will go against it. Also, you always want to take the stairs downwards, by the way. Even if you're a brand new player, you probably want to. These are still pretty easy fights. And it goes down to 20 levels. And then once you finally get to level 20, you just stay at level 20. And then you'll get max reward. How much that will be increased by, I have no clue by the time we get all the way there, but we'll find out. If you have, something from the forum, if you have already done your dungeon battles today, you won't be able to play dungeon battles until the next daily reset. Oh no! Well, good thing I didn't play mine yet. Good thing we didn't do ours. But yeah, if you already did yours, you won't be able to do them today then. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess we're a day ahead. That's not too big a deal. It's only one level down. You'll get there in probably like a month or so, regardless. Though I'm not sure if it always goes down. Sometimes it might go up. You never want to go up, though. You always want to go down. It goes down to a higher level. Oh, yeah, I believe that's most of the changes that has occurred with this then. And we definitely don't want cursed rooms. That one's way too overpriced, and that's the same one as all before. Same as that. Which is okay value. But where's in it for Dragonite now? Yeah, that seems to be the whole breakdown on it then. That's a lot of gems, though. Well, apparently I'm going to start taking tribute every hour. So let's do some other math. So we need 25,000 gems. So if we take the 25,000 gems and divide it by a tribute of, let's say, 22. I feel like a tribute's around 22 these days. I would have to take 1,136 tributes in order to do this. Let's say we wanted to do this within a 2-month period. What was the day that we said earlier? We actually gave a number of days. It was 83. So let's say we wanted to do this in 83 days. So let's divide this by 83.3 repeating and see what it comes out to. So 83.3 repeating. So if I divide that by that, I would have to take tribute 13.63 times per day. We now have a goal that we need to do. So we would have to take tribute basically 14 times per day to keep up with the rate of how many gems we now need to spend towards this. Looks like I'm taking tribute a bunch now. What time is the update now? Though some platforms might not have it yet. But it is out right now. So yeah, we'd have to take tributes basically 14 times per day. Basically, to keep up with this mechanic, you'd have to get... you'd have to get 300 gems per day. You know how much the offer is. And that comes out to basically taking tribute 14 times per day then. Which makes sense, because the target that we're trying to get to is the number of gems it requires to buy the dungeon pack. Which is this one right over here, which is 300 gems. For 60 of them. And to do that, this late in the game, it would take 14 tributes per day. Which is fine. I only normally take a few, but apparently we're going to start clicking it a lot more now. But anyways, I think that's most things with the patch that I can tell. I can go check the forum real quick. Where's the official post on it? Because I actually didn't check the forum. Oh yeah, I forgot the page is still broken. I can still find it though. I just type in 6.5. Oh, that's a G. That's not a 6. It kind of looks like a 6 though. 6.5 official updates. This should be it. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Can you please give me the actual post? Oops, I broke the page even more. How did the page break even further? Forum. I will get there. Let's see, 6.5. Alright, that seems like it's the one. Okay, posted 25 minutes ago. We already read all that earlier. Let's see. Any additional anything? Yeah, you can't do the dungeon battles. Here's where it said, if you have already done your dungeon battles today, you won't be able to play the dungeon battles until after daily reset. Someone already posted this in chat. Thank you, whoever did earlier. But yeah, there's the actual post by the developer, or one of the developers. Let's see. Okay, no additional information there. So not much has actually been talked about with it yet. But it did just come out like pretty soon though, or pretty recently. But anyways, that seems to be the whole rundown on it. So it looks like you need 25,000 gems, and it's slightly RNG based if you get more. But they have expanded dungeons a little bit. And overall, it will be more loot over time. Because once we get down to a level 20, I'm not sure how hard they're going to be. But all these loots for these are going to be a higher amount. So that means you probably will be able to get more diamonds per week, more of the other colored things if you still need to get all the weapons per week. How much it's going to increase by is still up in the air, because right now it does look like it's only a 1% increase. So if it's only going to go up by 20%, that's basically the change that they made to VIP key, or to Vault keys a little while back. So of course, one patch that they actually did 2 years ago, or was it 1 year ago, is they added difficulties to Vault keys. So of course, by default, they were always at this. You could go the lower, but there's really no reason to. But they made it so you can get up to 20% extra. And honestly, that seems pretty much like what they did with this patch. Or you can basically make it do 20% extra and then, you know, get extra loot for it. Unfortunately, we do have to go and get to that point after like a month. But once you get to that point, you will be able to do it for every dungeon battle. And that would be slightly more diamonds per day. Obviously, 20% more. So per day, you normally get 20 diamonds. So effectively, or technically 24, because of how the breakdown works. So 20% more of 24 would end up coming out to, gosh, 5. Yeah, basically be 5, 6. No, 5, almost 6. Yeah, it's almost 6. But it comes out to like 29 diamonds instead of 24 or so. It's like 20. It depends how it ratios too. But it comes out to like 29 or 30 diamonds instead of 24. Which is like an increase of anywhere from 5 to 6 diamonds per day once you get all the way there. Wouldn't that be funny if this was a power? That's not a power. Will the dragon egg only give you a dragon you don't have? Probably not. If I had to guess, it is completely RNG based. I don't know because I'm pretty sure no one has enough resources to get this dragon yet. However, to my understanding, this will be a completely random dragon. Does it actually say here? You will receive one of the following... Yeah, it's random. It's definitely random. But yeah, you will receive one of the following rewards from this dragon egg. Which means it's definitely random. Because if I'm not mistaken, it uses the same wording for these. You will receive one of the following... Yep. Yeah, it's random. It uses the exact same wording as summoning stones. But yeah, you will receive one of the following rewards from this summoning stone. And guess what this says? You will receive one of the following rewards from this dragon egg. And guess what one is completely random, which means the other one's completely random. Summoning stones. And since it uses the same wording, that means the dragons are also random, which means you could get like 5 of one before you get another one. It's very unlikely you're going to get that unlucky, but it could happen, which would be really bad. But yeah, it does seem like it's purely random, which is not ideal. Anyways, overall, a little bit of a weird patch. Definitely a gem sync patch, that's for sure. They're definitely trying to sync some gems. But overall, I do like the dragon troops. I really want this mythic. This one actually seems like it'll be useful. A 6-colored mythic has a lot of potential. It's something we never really had access to, but before this mechanic was basically only locked behind hero. So being able to have this as a mechanic and on a full AoE cast as well, while also having some extra skull potential, is pretty solid. So we'll have to see how it pans out. Obviously, we won't have it for at least like another 2 months or so. Yeah, they brought in loot boxes like they didn't already have enough with keys. But yeah, they're basically kind of like loot boxes. They cost 2,500 gems each effectively. Unless there's some other method to obtain them that we don't really quite fully know yet. But I don't know, we'll find out in time. But the only 2 ways I could tell is you spend 300 gems per day to get 60. Or get lucky on dungeon and find your 3 dungeon rooms before you find either traps. Which is pure luck based on if that happens or not. Though 2 of them are traps, 3 of them are good. But that does mean more than half the time? What does that come out to? Doesn't that mean basically slightly more than half the time you'll never get a perfect? Because you only need 1 trap to make it not a perfect. I'm not sure what the odds come out to on that. But basically you have to avoid both of these while getting all 3 of these in order to get additional Dragonite. And how much that is, I assume, is boosted based on how far you are level-wise. Though I'm not sure how much you actually get because the forum does not mention the numbers. Nowhere in the patch notes does it mention how much Dragonite you get for a perfect run. So if anyone got one, do let me know how much you got. Though there's a good chance no one in our entire chat has gotten one yet. Anyways, let me go hand out another code. So we'll have 3 codes to stream. We already handed out one earlier. Let me go hand out another right now. And I believe that's most of the things with the patch. I can't think of anything else to go over unless we want to go read the bug fixes real quick, which I actually haven't read earlier, so I guess we'll go look over those real quick, since I actually did not read those when I was initially looking at them. So let me go read them now that we kind of looked at most of the other things related to the current patch. Also, let me go look at that other achievement then, because that other achievement's actually a little bit harder than I thought. Because one of the achievements said, what was it? Let me double check. One of the 2 new achievements said to craft a Drem Dragon Egg in a Soul Forge. So yeah, that's basically 2,500 gems. And getting a perfect run gives you some more of that resource. But it seems to be perfect. It seems to be luck-based. Also, did they accidentally switch the icons? Because it looks like these icons should be the other way around. Craft a Gem Dragon Egg should be associated to that one. And get a perfect run should be associated to that one because that one gives that resource. I think they accidentally put the icons in the wrong locations. That one should be up there and this one should be down there. Someone made a mistake already. Anyways, let me go double check the forum or the patch notes. I want to go read the bug fixes real quick, since we actually didn't read them when we were going through all the other stuff. Oh yeah, the weapon menu has those 2 other weapons. Basically, the order that you need to do them in order to get everything, is because you need to get a lot of crafts to end up getting everything. So first, what you need to do, as far as like the order that you need to get them, is first you need to start doing some eggs, and then after you get some eggs, you then need to go start doing the weapons once you have the eggs. And then once you have those weapons, you then have to get this weapon. Then once you have this weapon, you need to go get the mythic. So it's like a 3-step process, where first you gotta do the RNG egg gambling game, where you then go into the craft the 2 weapons. Then once you have those 2 weapons, you craft the mythic weapon. Then once you have the mythic weapon, you can then finally craft the thing that is actually useful. And this is basically like new Zugoff level good. Like this thing is pretty much S tier, just by the sheer fact that it uses every color. Like it could have like almost the worst ability ever and it would still be usable. And the fact that it's AoE might actually make AoE used a bit more now, because now you have a way to mana accumulate anything and still pressure damage, and it has extra turn potential. It's really low extra turn chance. Like realistically, the most you're ever going to get off it's maybe 40%, and on average maybe even closer to only like 20 something. But that's still extra turn potential, which is better than what most dragons can say given how low their extra turn chance is. Actually, you know what it reminds me a lot of? What's that one from Shentang? It reminds me a lot of this other dragon, except it uses every color. It's very similar to... Gosh, what's its name? I actually completely forgot off the top of my head. But it reminds me a lot of Hungalong, where it has like an extra turn chance off its ability while having like a billion other things. It's kind of similar to that. It's even tanky like it as well and everything. But it reminds me a lot of like basically a 6-color Hungalong, which actually is an okay troop. It's just not really used that often. Mostly because 50% mana start to dragons is a pretty bad one. Not the fact that it's 50% mana start, but the actual troop itself that does 50% mana start is among one of the worst 50% mana starters in the entire game. It's just so bad. It does no follow-up. I wish they would rework it, because that would definitely make all these dragons a lot better if they did. If we go over to Dragon's Claw, the 50% mana start troop here is so bad. It just summons 1 to 3 spirits, which normally does nothing. And if there's already one of those dragon spirits, which you'd never have actively on your team, it then explodes 10 gems. If this was the other way around, the condition, it would be okay. Like if it default exploded 10. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's also Lightstorm, which not all dragon teams necessarily want. And the only good thing about it is it's the only way to 50% mana start dragons, which is also the only way to 50% mana start that 6-color troop. So you're probably only going to be getting it up off of all mana colors. Do Doom Skulls count as skulls? Yes. All skull variants should count as skulls. So Skulls, Doom Skulls, and Uber Doom Skulls should all count for boost ratio towards it. At least it should. If it actually does is within question. But generally anything that boosts based on skulls boosts on all 3 skull types. Similar to how like potion gems and stuff like that also count for their color. Like a green potion still counts as a green gem. What are the odds Sasa can even find my joke in the he already forgot about? I actually do already didn't end up seeing it. What was your joke? You mentioned that earlier and then I completely didn't see it. My bad. The first one will be random. The next one has a higher chance of being the one you already got. Wait, what? The first one will be random. Next one have higher chance of being the one you already got. Wait, don't you mean lower, not higher? Incidentally, you missed most of the vault troops, but got 47 Cedrics. Oh, never mind. You were talking about some other mechanic. I was going to say, if the eggs were like that, that'd be so bad. Let's see. But yeah, let me go read all the bug fixes then, because I still didn't do that yet. So let's go head over here, go to patch notes. Also, definitely, if you guys enjoyed the stream, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. We stream every single night at this time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go read all the bug fixes. So, we have fixed several visual issues related to the new conversation layouts. Cool. We already saw a couple of those, so hopefully those are working nice and smoothly for when we have the next one. We have fixed an issue where after completing several battles in Legends Reborn... Oh, this was the soft lock that was happening earlier. Good, they finally fixed that. We fixed an issue where having Ironhawk with the 3rd trait unlocked on a team when the opponent's troops were stealthy or submerge could cause a soft lock. Oh, that's not good. Luckily they fixed that. I have not seen that glitch, though. With how much that team is used, I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw that. But I'm kind of surprised I didn't, given I used that team a decent amount. We have fixed a visual issue where guild bonuses sometimes appeared deactivated in the guild menu. We have fixed an issue where a game crashed or soft locked when finishing the Broken Spire questline. Oh, that'd be bad. That's when you start the game. So a bunch of newer players were getting a soft lock. We have fixed an issue on PlayStation where players would get stuck on the Luther autoplay tutorial. Another bug related to that is funny. We fixed an issue where if a player had an old account but hadn't met the requirement to finish the adventure path, the adventure path button didn't display on the world map. We fixed an issue where on PlayStation, where purchasing any Legends Reborn reward tier twice caused the PlayStation Store icon to appear on every game screen. That sounds like a funny bug. We have fixed an issue where selecting the same reward tier twice in the Legends Reborn event caused a Cliffy error. We have fixed an issue where souls rewarded from gnomes and battlecrusher loot, adventure board, and delve room souls were not being added to the shrine treachery, though that's a pretty useless shrine, so it doesn't really matter. All the shrines are kind of useless. Not sure why I even added that mechanic. We fixed an issue where the next faction, Assault, was shown as having in percent instead of the correct amount of time if you had the game's menu open when your current faction Assault ended. We have fixed an issue when playing with a controller, when you can select cast on a troop spell, then before selecting an enemy to target, turn on autoplay, causing it to soft lock. I've never actually bothered doing that with controller because anytime I did autoplay, I was always on mouse and keyboard, but that's kind of funny. We have fixed an issue in the weapons filter where weapons could not be sorted by amount despite only being able to own one of each. That's kind of funny because I probably do have more than one of some. So if it actually tracks that data, it probably shows all the ones before that we actually had more of. I didn't even realize that was an option there for amount. We have fixed in assortment of smaller issues. And that's everything there then. Interesting. Also, let me go post this into the description as well. Oh yeah, we need to do that through the other computer. Never mind, I'll do that later. I forgot I can't send a copy paste over to the other computer. Because I think the one in my description still says version 6.4, whereas we're now in version 6.5. Anyways, this seems to be everything. So anyone else have any other questions or anyone want me to go over? Otherwise, I guess we'll just mess with these standard dailies. One of those being, the guild already finished Tower of Doom. Obviously, we were doing it last night in case there was something that we could immediately grind. And I guess the main thing we have to immediately grind is clicking that tribute button every day. Because the main thing we need now is gems. And unless we... Oh! We did it! We have Tyrion luck. We have found the power orb. It has happened. Also, hello, TK Peril. Also, thank you, Roman, for the $10 tip. Greatly appreciated. Also, thank you, Game, for the Orb of Power. Hey, we finally got good luck somewheres today. There we go. Let's go hand out the third code. Have we handed out code yet? That's code worthy. Our third ever power orb off of 1%. Very nice. Anyways, let's go hand out a code. Have I already handed out 3? I have no clue, but here, have a code. We got a power. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty rare. I'm pretty sure that's the third one we've ever gotten through that method. It's third or fourth. I'm actually losing track now. I'm pretty sure it's our third. Pretty sure. Though I'm actually starting to completely lose track now. But here you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemswar.com underneath the game code section. Well, you guys know we already handed out a few other ones by now. There you guys go. Actually, here are the other 2 as well. So yeah, we have handed out 3 now. Anyways, so let's go clear out the standard dailies then. Because we already did the dungeon, new format. This is Doggy, we already maxed out, so we don't need more copies of him that the guild ended up getting. Tower of Doom we already finished within 2 days across the entire guild. Though do keep in mind, even if you have all rewards finished here, you are not necessarily done. Because if you yourself have not gotten to floor 26, you have not gotten all those scrolls yet. You can get up to 25 scrolls from completing out all rooms from 1 to 25. So as soon as this says floor 26, you've completed everything. But until this says completed on stage 12, and this says floor 26, you have not actually gotten all rewards. Because even if this is done, you need to reach floor 26 regardless to get all rewards, and vice versa. So even if you're at floor 26, your guild still needs to finish out the stages. And then you can also go for leaderboard beyond then, but leaderboard's not really that worth it. Like, we're in 15th place right now, but it doesn't really matter. The loot is so bad, because the main thing you're getting back is gems, but to be able to get to those gems, you need to spend gems, which is a kind of redundant cycle where you're not really getting anything of value. It's not even like you're getting Forge Scrolls. Like, if those were Forge Scrolls, that would make more sense, but you just get copies of the Dooms. Is the update on Xbox? I have no clue. I know it's on PC, but I'm not sure every single platform that's on. But also, thank you, FK... how do you say that name? I actually don't know how to say that, but thank you for the $5 tip. Greatly appreciated. So you reposted a joke above. Roman's $10. Oh, wait, let me go read your joke. Wait, what was the joke? Let's see. You said Dragonite. Do you get it by evolving Dratini into... Oh, Dragonair, that's funny. I didn't even notice that that was the Pokemon name. It literally is called Dragonite, isn't it? I didn't think of that because I was thinking Dragonite as in the ore. As in Dragonite, as in, you know, dragon ore. But, yeah, that's really funny. I didn't even realize. It's literally a Pokemon name because if we go into Dragonite on Google real quick. That's not how you spell it. Let's see. Dragonite. It is literally a Pokemon. Yeah, that actually, I didn't even think of that at the time, but that is really, really funny. It's literally a Pokemon name. It even kind of looks like his head. It's even yellow like it. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't even think of that because I just saw like the suffix on it, and I was like, oh, that just means you know, an ore-like thing because it uses the suffix night, which actually, can you break that down? Let's see. Is it actually so if you just do that? Knight suffix. Let's see. Let's see. Doesn't it mean something? Oh, it means something, doesn't it? But anyways, also thank you for the $1 tip, TK Barrel. Greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's go clear all the other dailies, as we still have a few other things to still wrap up. If anyone else has any other questions or anything I missed, do let me know. Make sure to go over them all. Yeah, it does look like it's going to take us a little while to grind out the dragons. But once we start getting them, we'll keep covering them as we get them. Unfortunately, we'll have to cover them in a little bit of a random order. However, the main one worth covering is definitely that one all the way at the end. Though, luck is basically the only thing that will rush it forward. But anytime we can spend gems to get progress on it, I will. So it is going to cost us a lot of gems, but just have to take tribute a bit more than normal. And that's Nintendo coming for Infinity Plus 2. There's no way they're going to do it based on that. It is pretty funny that it's literally a name of a Pokemon, though. That's just pure coincidence. It is pretty funny, though. You know what? I'll go for this. This is technically diamonds. It's a very small amount of diamonds, but it's still diamonds nonetheless. Because that's what this material transfers over to. But the other one's definitely not really worth taking. Let's clear these two out. And I would say we'd clear out our dungeons, but technically we already took it. It didn't feel like we did because it's such a different format than before. But it is a new daily dungeon system. Just basically with more steps and more rewards. But it doesn't take that much longer. Though it might want to reach floor 20 because we don't actually know the difficulty of the floor 20. If I'm not mistaken, the forum or the patch notes did not actually mention the level of max difficulty. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. We get it right here. Hold up. So the amount of diamonds goes up by 1 per 10 levels. And every single level, you get 1 extra shard and 1 extra jewel. Interesting. So how much does that come out to total? So that comes out to... Well, overall, isn't that just 2 extra diamonds? Because what's that little amount of shards going to do? So that basically comes out to 2 extra diamonds per day once at max level. So 2 extra diamonds per day. Oh no, it's more than 2 per day though. Wait, is it? But it says +1 diamonds per 10 levels, which means every room. Which doesn't that mean 6? Because if that comes out to 6, that's 42 extra diamonds per week, which is not a huge amount, but 42 more diamonds is definitely kind of helpful. Like that's not a super huge amount. But each diamond's worth like 2 gems, so in theory that's like an 82 extra gems worth of diamonds per week. Because it's basically the exchange rate of diamonds generally, because they're worth about 2 gems each. So if we're getting 42 more per week, that's effectively 82 gem value extra per week on top of everything else. Which isn't like a super high amount, but you know, it adds up. That's if you can do it on max difficulty, which I assume it wouldn't be that hard to end up doing on max difficulty. Though we currently don't know the exact difficulty level that it will have. But time will tell in that regard. You uninstalled and reinstalled the game and it now lets you do the battles. That's really funny. Though if anyone's going to try doing the same, make sure you have your account backed up by having it registered. I can't show that because I believe it shows my password and everything. But make sure you go in options and register your account before you try doing something. I think it's under the account page over here. Don't want to click on it because I think it shows your password at some point there. I'm pretty sure it hides it, but just in case it doesn't. But yeah, you can register your account and then try doing the same if you want to. But I would just wait till tomorrow. Like, missing out on 1 day of loot isn't really that big a deal. Oh yeah, we have dungeons today. Should we go do them? I almost forgot this even existed. Should we do them? Yes or no? Actually, we could poll it right now. Should we do dungeons? Oh no. Let's see. Actually, might as well just do it. Because what else are we going to do right now? Might as well. Let's just clear through dungeons. If you guys have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Of course, on the Monday video, we already covered teams for this, as well as everything else this week. The only thing I didn't cover is the weekend faction. Yeah, let's go do some dungeons. I might want to use a different video than the one, or different team that I used in the video, though. Because I think I showed, like, Rowan and Power. Which I guess we could go down that route. Might as well. We do want pure armor if we're going to end up doing this, though. So we're going to go armor, armor, armor. The only problem is we don't have access to a really good mana accumulator for this. Or at least not for this team. Like, we have Angry Mob and stuff like that. But particularly for this exact team, the mana accumulator is not the greatest of options for this particular layout. Right, so let's go get this team in here. Right, we're good to go. And I'm using with Archer just for a little bit extra speed so we can try to get green into her. Cheap Tower of Doom team? Well, it's pure blue, so just spamming Truffle is probably your best bet. Like, we end up switching out of Truffle because it started to not be enough damage. But realistically, you could just run Forest Troll into double Truffle the entire time and you're fine. Like, that's all you need. You just keep spamming Truffle until you win. And Truffle you get just by throwing a couple hundred Chaos Shards at the Amethyrex faction if you haven't already gotten them. And just do that until you get them all. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I think that would do green to blue? I mean, blue to green. There is one that does it, however, it's the Scurvy Sea Dog one. Or not the Scurvy Sea Dog. Yeah, Scurvy Sea Dog. Just green to blue. Oh, actually, I want this room first so we can get the tier 5 extra bonus. Some of the dungeon's abilities have typos on them. Double space on the word giant. Oh, yeah, what do giant gems do? Do we even know yet? Hold up. That was one thing that never got answered in the patch notes, did we? Does anyone know what on earth giant gems do? Wait, do these dragons appear in their respective kingdoms? We might actually be able to see. Because we'll probably see a Luther tooltip. Hold up. Let me go see if we can see a giant gem tooltip. I don't think it said anywhere there what giant gems do. Let's see. Where would they reside? Let me double check. Let me go to Unowned. I assume they're all in Dragon's Claw, right? No, Silverglade, Dragon's Claw, Bright Forest. Oh, but they're boss rarity troops, so you're probably almost never going to see them. They might not even be able to pair there, because I don't think Zugaf even appears in the other location. Because, yeah, they haven't actually said what giant gems do. Control find, giants. It doesn't even pop up here. Hold up. Wait, what? Let's see. Yeah, it does not say anywhere in the patch notes what giant does, the giant gems. Like, I'm searching it right now. It's definitely not there, because if I type in dragon, it will show up like a billion different dragons, if I could type it correctly. Like, obviously, dragon says like a billion times. But, if I type in giant, it doesn't actually make mention of giant gems a single time in the patch notes. I'm not understanding exactly what they do. Because there's not like we could test it, because we can't access the troops. So we can't even like mess around with the mechanic to see for sure what it ends up doing. Oh wait, did I accidentally use the wrong term when I was mentioning the thing earlier? Did I just call factions dungeons? My bad. You know what I mean. Same difference. These were basically what dungeons were supposed to be. But then they finally actually got around to updating dungeons themselves. Because originally, it seemed like factions that were added in 3.0 is basically what they were going to do for dungeons, but they kind of just rushed the dungeons out. Because it seemed like the more feature-complete mode. And now they finally just revamped the old dungeons. Because that's basically what factions were. Just like fully realized dungeons. And they finally updated dungeons, because dungeons have existed for a while. I believe since version 6.2 point something. We're currently now in version 6.5. So it took them like 4.0 versions, but they finally got around to reworking dungeons. Now, if only they would do treasure hunts, so we can go do a like a 1 week long treasure hunt stream. Could you imagine? Also, if you are in a pinch for some gems to be able to craft some of the new material, like if you want a bunch of those curse runes or you want to get the Dragonite, do keep in mind that you can infinitely farm treasure hunt. Treasure hunt is roughly 50 to 70 gems per hour. So if you can't get enough off a tribute and you still need a little bit more, you can do some treasure hunt grind. If you don't mind doing treasure hunt for a very long amount of times. Because while treasure hunt is still not the greatest of loot, it is still the best way to infinitely farm gems. Which is a little bit weird that it's still considered not good. But it's mostly because the amount of gems it gives is only 50 to 70. Whereas tribute starts to get so high that it kind of makes it seem pretty small. Because if we click tribute like 3 times, it's already like 1 whole hour of farming treasure hunts. So tribute's amount just seems like so absurd in comparison. Because if we just spent like several minutes out of a day to just make sure we claim it every single hour, we're getting like literal hours worth of doing treasure hunts. But it's still a good way to get it in a pinch. If you're if you're slightly short on a day and you just need it slightly more. But yeah, any other questions, let me know in chat. If anyone has anything. The only thing I don't know the answer to is what on earth those giant gems do. But if anyone happens to know, do let me know. But I'm not sure you can know. Because unless you can find it by spamming Explore 12 over and over again and hope you finally get like that battle in the final battle. I'm not sure there's any way you can even see what the giant gems do. Oh, unless it says it. Hold up. What if it says it in the tooltip menu? Hold up, hold up. Wait, there might be a way to check. Because it might actually say it's in the other menu over here. Hold up. I didn't think to check the other thing. Because if I go check show all. Or unowned, I mean. If I click unowned. Does it say it on one of these pages? No. I thought it might bring up a tooltip thingy. Nope. At nowhere's here does it end up bringing a thing that says, hey, here's what brown giant gems do. Oh yeah, it does have that double space you were mentioning earlier. But, yeah, it doesn't say anywhere's here what they do. It says nowhere's what they do. I wonder if the forum post still says it yet. Let me double check. Forum. 6.5. Hello, 6.5 stuff? It should be this one. Does it say yet what these gems do? Anywheres? I'm not seeing anything that mentions the giant gems. Let's see. Oh yeah, they did add curse runes, which is pretty cool. Honestly, the curse runes don't seem like that bad of value if you needed some in a pinch. I wouldn't buy it like literally every day. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything on these giant gems because if you control find giant here, I don't even think it's going to come up a single time. Okay, one person mentioned, when matched, giant gems will give you an extra 5 mana and explode. Found it. Okay, I found what giant gems do. Thank you, the idle one, for posting on the forum what I assume is the correct description. That sounds pretty correct. But yeah, when matched, giant gems will give you an extra 5 mana and explode. So they're basically like a Doom Skull, but for mana color instead of damage. That is actually really cool. So they're quite literally Doom Skull for colors. Oh, that is really cool. So you know how like a Doom Skull gives you 5 additional damage and then explodes everything around it? This gives you 5 extra mana and then explodes everything around it. Hold up. So that makes these really strong then. Wait. Converts. Oh, but it's converting things that already are the color, though. It's not like it's creating new ones. If this created new ones, this would be pretty insane. But yeah, we can actually already have seen that mechanic. Interesting, because this one does Doom Skulls, which, you know, is the exact equivalent of these 5 skulls to Doom Skulls. And that's what these do, except it does the color Doom Skull, or, you know, the new colored version of it. Because a green giant gem is basically a +5 green gem. It's like the Doom Skull, but instead of doing 5 additional damage, it does 5 additional mana accumulation, while also still exploding everything around it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, none of these actually create them. If we finally get an option that can create them, that's going to be pretty strong. But all they're doing is converting already existing gems into that, so never are you going to get alignment from it, unfortunately. And it's not like any of them create off extra turn, which would also be kind of cool. But none of them do that either. It's still a mechanic that could help you a lot in getting their mana accumulation, since they have a pretty high mana cost at 28, so getting all that extra mana could help a lot. The only problem is if the enemy has follow-up on the given turn, it's not going to go over too well. But otherwise, it doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, that's a lot of value if you can get them. Because they're creating 5, and they need 25 mana. So you can pretty much keep spamming it over and over again. The only issue with that is every single time you're giving the enemy a turn. So unless they get an extra turn off their other ability, like, you're in a really bad situation. Because if they don't extra turn and the enemy gets it, you just fed them like 25 mana on top of whatever they're already getting. But if you can claim it for yourself, it's pretty good. The problem is claiming it for yourself. It's almost like Wish Gems in that regard. Like, it's super good if you can get it for yourself, but also horrifically bad if the enemy ends up getting that value from it. And it seems kind of similar to that, where it's a really high risk, high reward. And they do have extra turn chance, but the extra turn chances are relatively low. So that's not ideal for getting it to work. And I'm still really curious to see how they pan out. They definitely have potential, every single one of them. Also, thank you, Jason, for gifting 5 memberships. Which, if I'm not mistaken, the way that it works is it gives random people who are currently in chats a membership, which is greatly appreciated. I'm not sure what 5 people got it, but congrats. Because I'm pretty sure how that works. I never understood how that works on Twitch, but I assume it works the same way on YouTube. I think that's how it works, but thank you a ton, Jason. It's not exactly like Fairy Godmother, but it's definitely comparable to her. They're definitely not as extra turn spammy as her, though. Because one of her biggest benefits is that she could extra turn spam, which made it so you could actually utilize the benefit from them. Whereas these things have extra turn potential, but it's really low. But yeah, they are very similar to Fairy Godmother. Though I would say overall Fairy Godmother is slightly better than all of them except the 6-colored one. But the 6-color one is mostly made good by the fact that its ability doesn't backfire as much, as well as the fact that it uses literally every color. It's basically just an AoE option that uses every color, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like that one split damage weapon, except way better. Yeah, I think you have to enable it. So like anyone who's in chat who got it, I think they have to click a button and then they end up getting it, I think. I haven't really used the mechanic much. I know it's a thing on Twitch, but haven't seen it much on YouTube, but they actually added it pretty recently to YouTube. Like it came in like earlier this year, like 4 or 5 months ago. I haven't seen it that often. But yeah, it's something you have to like opt into. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I mean, we can see people are starting to claim it now. But yeah, let's use all those emoji things, which I still need to update, by the way. It also gives you a little icon next to your name. I would also make it so it would hide ads, but unfortunately, YouTube does not have a way to make that subscription hide the ads. If they ever do, that's going to be like the first thing I change on them. Unfortunately, that's not currently a function. Probably so they could sell more YouTube Red subscriptions, because I believe that hides all ads on YouTube. Unfortunately, you can't make it like how it is on Twitch, because Twitch has like a double subscribe thing. And I believe the channel subscribe makes it so you don't see ads on that person's channel anymore. Unfortunately, YouTube does not have an equivalence function because they want to sell more YouTube Red. So they pay-gated around YouTube Red instead of the subscription thing. Well, I made it pretty cheap. It's like, what, $2 a month? Also, I believe taking that gift does not actually subscribe you to it because you don't actually have to put in any info. It just simply gives it to you. If you want to renew it, you can, but you definitely don't need to. And it helps out the channel. Though I think YouTube does take a small... Yeah, I think it takes like 30% from it. That definitely helps the channel. Anything we can get is greatly, greatly appreciated. As it helps us keep afloat. After the stream, you're going to just crash so hard. Yeah. I said I was going to start that other stream around 10 tomorrow. It might be closer to noon because I'm probably going to crash pretty hard too. Especially since I might cover a bit of a small video on the patch in the morning. There's not really much to go over, though. Also, unfortunately, a lot of stuff with this patch, we will have to wait a little while before we can interact with it. Like, yes, we get to do it every single day. However, it's going to be a while before we can, you know, fully utilize it. Also, if I do cover a video, I'd actually have to wait until after 3 a.m. I just realized, to be able to cover it properly, we'd have to wait until dungeons are... Oh, then again, I can still cover it based on the dungeons we have. Because we pretty much already know all the info related to it. Because we know what the giant gems do, we know how much gems is going to cost. So I need to go write that down because I will not remember it for the video. I think I already forget what the numbers are off the top of my head. But basically each Dragonite is worth 5 gems. And I think you needed like 25,000 total, which would have been... How much Dragonite then? 6,000 Dragonite that would have been. Also, I can't unthink of that being the same as the Pokemon name now. Now that I remember, or now that I think of that as the Pokemon, every single time I say it, it's like, oh, it's not an aura anymore, it's now the Pokemon. Because it has the exact same name. That's really funny. I know, we have so many videos in the works. There's still so many videos and stuff we need to cover, like all the stuff with Underworld. I might need to cover some more for it this weekend because we actually have a new Deep Delve this Friday, which we'll be covering when that comes out. Also, hello, Analyst, welcome! Also, hello, Dragor, if I didn't already say hi, welcome, welcome. I just evolve all of them, I know, right? But yeah, this Friday we'll be covering the new Deep Delve. And around that same time, I might cover another thing related to delves, because there's several delve videos I meant to cover that I never got around to. Related to various aspects of delves. Like where all the better troops are, all of the, you know, basically every single category of things you could do for it. Because I was waiting for one of the patches, and then it finally came. But since then, I've never actually had the time to get around to covering the videos for them. Because we always cover every single delve as they happen, of course. But I haven't done too many of those like master videos where they go over like literally every single thing related to a delve. Like one particular aspect of a delve. And I meant to do that once we got that other patch a couple months back, and I never did. Actually, we already know what giant gems do. They're basically doom skulls. So what a giant gem does is they explode everything around them and give you 5 additional mana. This was confirmed by someone on the forum. And it seems pretty legit because the boss one does exactly that. It creates doom skulls. So basically each one of them is just their version of color doom skull. Because that's basically the easiest way you can look at a giant gem. Because it explodes everything around it and gives you 5 extra mana for that color. So it's basically a doom skull but for a color. That's exactly what it is. Just by a different name. It's just not called doom skull. It's called giant gem. Or giant green gem, giant blue gem, all that. But it's effectively the same mechanic. Just for the color instead of a doom skull. Or, you know, instead of for skulls, I mean. But they effectively do the same thing. That's 5 extra mana instead of 5 skull damage. And they still explode everything around them, so you still get mana accumulate. So you're actually going to get double-dipped mana accumulation then. Because not only do you get 5 for whatever its color is, but you also get everything still exploded around it. Which means they could potentially give you a lot of mana accumulation. Because each one of the dragons create 5, which feed back into its coloration. So if you did any amount of mana accumulation that popped all of them, you would pretty much guarantee get all of its mana back every single time you did that. Well, diamonds are actually easier to get as of this patch. There's more things that are going to consume your gems, but technically diamond rate has slightly increased as of this patch. Though they definitely added like 1 billion more gem sinks this patch, compared to how many we already had. Which makes sense because they hand us like so many gems for free. But it is a bit gem sinky. But if nothing else, they haven't really added too many new currencies. All they added was Dragonite. And realistically, that's mostly just converting your gems into the resource. So it's basically just a gem sink. So you can technically just consider Dragonite a gem cost. It's just like gems with an extra step. To get a perfect run, it'll best to keep selecting the same 3 each day. In theory, yes. Like, I'm just gonna keep taking the top 3 every single time until it works. Though realistically, based on odds, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't really matter which 3 you click. Like, it's literally luck-based. Like, you can click any 3, and it will not really matter. Because it can be the same layout 2 days in a row. Like, we had double trap in top left, top right. I mean, top left and middle. It could be the same thing tomorrow, where those 2 are exactly trap rooms again. So it's purely luck-based if you get the free Dragonite. We also don't know how many free Dragonites we get. Because unless I missed it, I don't think a single person in our entire chat got free Dragonite today. Though in all fairness, some people might have also already done their delves today, and weren't able to do it until tomorrow. Oh wait, can you get 2 boons in a stair? Oh wait, they're not always traps? Wait. Are they not always traps? I thought they were always traps. Wait, I might have misread that. I read that as there's always 2 traps available. Wait, they can actually be boons instead? Let's see. Where does it show the breakdown of the rooms? Players will have 6 dungeon doors to pick from. Behind each door is either a battle, a trap, or boon. Oh! Yeah, it could be a trap or boon. I misread that in a different way. Because I was reading that as either a battle, trap, or boon. But it means trap or boon. Because there's no comma there. Like, I was reading it as if there's a comma there. Because this sentence means something completely different if you put a comma there. And I just assumed there was a comma because for whatever reason, a lot of people don't put a comma in here and it really annoys me. Because the proper way to write the sentence for it to mean the correct thing, if these were separate. Like, let's say these were separate things. the correct way to do it is battle, comma, trap, comma, or boon. But because it's written battle and then trap or boon, it's meaning either trap or boon there, instead of either battle or trap or boon. So that makes sense. Which I really hate that people don't put commas there normally, but this is actually a sentence structure where it makes sense not to put a comma here. But so many people just naturally don't put a comma there, which makes these some sentences mean something completely different, and it annoys me to no end. But in this context, it actually makes sense to not have a comma there. I see now. Anyways. But doesn't it still say 2 traps here? Wait. Each dungeon will have 3 battle rooms, 2 traps, and 1 boon room. Okay, now I'm even more confused then. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. We're just gonna wait a couple of days, see what happens. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's always gonna be 2 traps then. So I think I was right the first time. The thing I said about sentences still bugs me to no end though. Because there are sentences that mean something completely different if you don't put a comma there. And everyone, like, these days by default, just don't put a comma there. Even though it completely changes the meaning of some sentences. But yeah, regardless, it's still going to be hard to get a perfect run. Like, getting your 3 battle rooms before you hit a single trap is still going to be annoying every single day. Because there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, it's purely luck if it happens or not. Like, regardless of any parameter. Even if both traps are... Or even if, like, one of the traps is a boon or whatever else. Like, if it is something else. Like, you still have to not hit the trap. Because it seems like there's always going to be at least 1 trap, if not 2. Oh, the boon includes the stairs, but is not always the stairs. Okay, that makes sense. I wonder if it's always the stairs prior to reaching the final floor, though. But I didn't think about it like that. So the boon is, can be stairs, but it's not always stairs, necessarily. That makes sense. So I wish it was always stairs prior to getting to the final floor. Because that'll be annoying if we get RNG'd out of the stairs because we get some other benefit that we don't need. Like, imagine if we get, like, barrier instead of stairs. That'd be so bad. Because you want to get as many stairs until you hit the floor 20. And then you never want to see another stairs ever again. You got trapped 20 jewels in a trap. Oh, so you didn't even get stairs, but you got some extra jewels. Interesting. You got health instead. Interesting. I guess I got kind of lucky today, then. Because we got the exact thing we would want to see, stairs. Because realistically, you want to see stairs every single day until you hit floor 20. And then you probably want to be seeing a resource room like what Analyst got, like some kind of jewels or something similar. Because that would be the most ideal. Is you get like 19 stairs in a row, and then you only ever drop jewels or something similar. Like some kind of resource that you can actually use. Because any kind of stat bonus is just useless since it only applies to the day. And it only applies to the dungeon. It's not even like it applies everywhere for the day. Just specifically for the dungeon. If it did apply everywhere for the day, then that would be a different story. That could actually be somewhat useful. But it only applies to the dungeon itself. Yes, you can get stairs up, which would be really bad. You only want to see stairs down. Because unlike Tower, where you want to go up, you actually want to go down the dungeon. And I'm pretty sure it is possible to get upward stairs, which you never want to take. Never take the upward stairs. It's a trap. It's not actually one of the traps, but it is more of a trap than the actual traps. Because you only ever want to go down. Yeah, one more floor. Let's see, will we get it? It's kind of sketchy if we were or not. Hopefully we get some good multipliers here. Yeah, it asks you if you want to stay, so you don't have to take the stairs. Like, if you get an upward stairs, you can choose to not take it, even if you clicked on it. Just make sure not to confirm it. But you get to choose, so even if you get upward stairs, you don't actually go upwards. It just means you get no loot from that room. It just does literally nothing. But yeah, it doesn't force you to go up. And you never would want to go up. Like, even if you were a newer player, you would never want to go up. You would just want to stay where you're currently at or go down. Ideally down. So we love going down. Gosh, you guys all day have been making everything we say into a sexual joke. This is the first update since Palooza that you're hyped for. Honestly, I do feel like Palooza overall was a bit of a better patch. However, I definitely don't mind this patch. It is a little gem sinky, but I'm really curious to test all the new options we have, as everything it brings in is actually pretty good. It just is a little bit time gated, and it's going to take us a little bit of gems, and by a little bit I mean tens of thousands. But all we have to do is just take Tribute more often. Tribute keeps going up, and as long as they never nerf Tribute, like the day they nerf Tribute is when there's a huge concern. But as long as they don't touch Tribute, like ever, I don't mind them adding more gem sinks, because they already give us so many gems. So it's mostly just giving us cool stuff to use it on, which I don't mind at all. As long as they don't nerf the rate of gems. Like, as long as the rate of gems just keeps going up and up and up, and never down. It doesn't necessarily matter if they keep adding more gem sinks, because they're mostly just adding gem sinks to try to keep up with the gem accumulation rate. Yeah, Palooza was incredibly broken. It still is to this day. Like, one single Palooza event is more loot than you would get. Like, one single Vault weekend in the current state of the game is more loot than an entire year of Vault events prior to Palooza. And it might seem like it's been around for a while, but it's only been around for 13 months. It came in last month, or a year ago last month. It came in July of last year. So it has only been around for a little over a year. And one single Palooza now is more than an entire Vault event, or, you know, one Vault weekend now is more than an entire year's worth of Vault event pre-Palooza. That is how strong it is, even after 3 nerfs. The Palooza event. It's so insane how much loot it gives. And they haven't touched it since. It's still that much loot. It's a lot of loot. It's really nice. What do you think of the Dark Pits? What, the faction? The faction is, it's kind of clunky. Doesn't really have anything too good. It's one of those factions that's pretty forgettable. Like, there's some factions that thematically work out really well. Like, I really like, Stone Song Aerie. Like, the kind of synergy and everything that it has. But there's quite a few of them that the synergy just doesn't work out that well. And that's definitely one of them that seems kind of clunky. Mostly because it doesn't have, like, a, like, the curse on it. Like, it has a weird way to curse, and then it can't really do it properly. Because the biggest issue with this delve is the boss, or the legendary troop doesn't really have a good way to put curse, but you need, like, Hexrat to have it cursed. And it just ends up being overall clunky, because you don't want to cast Sledgepaw when you use it in first slot as your tank. But then Hexrat kind of needs it too, so you can actually get curse on it. It's just a weird combination. Overall, I don't know, it's a pretty underwhelming delve. I really hate the lack of synergy there. Because you're basically incentivized to not cast the one troop. Oh, also, I need one more gem here. Unfortunately, I do have to buy tier 1. Because I need one more battle to actually be able to clear this out. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything I missed? You thought I'd fall into the trap and say I like Dark Pits? No, I was answering it as a serious question. Even though I had a feeling you were slightly joking. But if anyone else has any questions, do let me know. But yeah, Dark Pits is a pretty bad faction though overall. Alright, let's go claim our loot. Actually, I don't even need to claim that. But there we go. Okay, we got our orbs. Unfortunately, it's not a power, but that has a 0% chance of being a power, unlike the other one. But anyways, I think that is all the things related to the new patch. I don't think we've seen anything else. So as a recap, they have basically completely reworked the dungeon system. If you already did your dungeons earlier, you can't end up doing it today, but you'll be able to on every future day. Basically, there are 2 traps, 1 boon, and 3 other rooms. If you can clear out all 3 of these rooms without hitting the traps, you will end up getting an additional reward of some Dragonite. You can buy Dragonite every single day. I'm not sure if there'll be days like on Sundays where you can get more for cheaper. However, what we can currently see is that we can get 60 for 300 gems, which means Dragonite comes out to a cost of 5 gems each. With that being said, that comes out to about a 25,000 plus cost to end up doing the entirety of the patch over the course of 2 to 3 months or so. You basically roll each one of these, which costs 2,500 gems, in order to get one of the new 6 Dragon Mythics. The way that their gems work is they basically count as a Doom Skull for colors. So this creates a purple one. So these are purple giant gems. The way that purple giant gems work, or any of the colored giant gems, is they count as a +5 for that color and then explode everything around them. Basically like a Doom Skull for skull damage, where it does 5 additional damage, except it does it for the color, where you get 5 additional color and then explodes everything around it. It also has a small chance of extra turn, which ideally you want to be hitting. However, it's generally going to be a pretty low chance, likely around 30% in most situations, which it's not a super high chance, but it does feed back into itself. And when you create those 5 gems, you're pretty much going to get enough mana just for like clearing the board to feed back into itself. One big downside to them, though, is they do count as bosses, so they do take 5 times damage to those boss slaying troops. But as you get these through your random rolls, you'll be able to start crafting the weapons and the other weapon. These are going to be required in order to end up crafting the actual thing that matters. So you'll be able to get these 2 weapons by having 3 the one color, 3 the other color. But these do not get consumed, keep in mind. So when you craft this, these will not consume those 3 troops. It will simply just give you the weapon and you get to keep the troops. And once you have all 3 of these crafted, you'll be able to go and get yourself the one that actually matters. The main thing that this patch added, and probably like the new meta for a lot of things once you can finally get your hands on it, at least from like a farming perspective, especially on loop teams. So any single team that ever has a lot of excess mana is probably going to be using this in last slot almost always. It's almost always going to be a last slot troop. There are very few situations where this is not going to be on last slot, but it has okay score reduction, has Skull Storm, ends up giving a bunch of extra magic based on skulls. So I'm not sure if it itself has to be skull taking, or if it activates like Zugoff, where even if it's in last slot, it still triggers. If it does trigger from any location like last slot, this will be pretty good. But basically, it deals damage to all enemies boosted by skulls, converts some of them to Doom Skulls, similar to how the other ones do the colored Doom Skulls, essentially. And then there's a 10% chance +3 per skull that'll end up getting extra turn, meaning its extra turn chance is actually higher than the other ones, but it's doing it based on skulls, something that isn't necessarily a mana accumulation option. But overall, has a lot of potential given that it uses every color. And it's not much of a higher mana cost either. It's only 2 higher mana costs with the benefit of using 3 additional colors compared to the other dragons. Also keep in mind, these dragons are completely random, and you will likely keep re-rolling the same one over and over again, which will be very bad if that ever happens. Because ideally you want 1 copy of each of these, and it is very possible you'll go like 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1 or something. Which I wish I had a pity system to make sure that doesn't happen, though I am pretty sure it doesn't. Based on the wording being the exact same as Summoning Stones. Because it says you will receive one of the following rewards from this. And here it says you will receive one of the following rewards from this. Which is not a good sign, as these are 100% random. And that means the eggs are probably 100% random and does not check to see which ones you have. But luckily, once you craft the weapons, you don't have to worry about those being random at least. You just have to worry about getting 1 copy of each of these, is the kind of the random aspect. But then you just craft a weapon, craft a weapon, craft a weapon, and craft a mythic. Or I should say the boss rarity troop. Anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, I believe that is pretty much everything. We'll probably have a little video tomorrow morning or tonight, kind of just recapping everything that we kind of went over there in the stream, just in a nice, concise video. That'll probably be almost under 10 minutes because there isn't too much to really mention. Actually, it might be a little bit longer. But I do want to go over all the math on how it breaks down on the Dragonite, like how much it'll come down to cost-wise, time-wise, all that. Which I kind of did earlier, though. I need to go write it down to actually remember everything. To have it as notes when we go over it. But that's pretty much everything then. But yeah, if you haven't finished out Tower of Doom, we still have that going on for the rest of this week, of course. So I'll be, actually, I already finished it. So we did that last night if you want to see the entirety of that. Though do keep in mind it is different per guild, so don't just copy what we end up doing. As is, you do have to communicate with your guild. Aside from that, we're getting a new pet tomorrow, the International Dog Day pet that is coming in. The holiday for it is actually this Friday. However, of course, pets always come in on Wednesday, so we're getting that tomorrow. And the other big thing happening this week is we have a deep delve for Hall of Guardians coming in this Friday. Hall of Guardians was the 2nd ever added kingdom to the game, technically the first, tied first, because both All-Seeing Eye and Hall of Guardians came at the same time. And we're finally getting the deep delve for it, which will give it a new format that should be better because this has no natural treasure rooms. So hopefully the deep delve version will have a treasure room or so, maybe even multiple. And we'll also add a new troop for this faction that you can use not only for pure faction, but also just a new troop to obtain. So we'll have that as well. Also, that should count as a Hall of Guardians troop, or sorry, I mean a White Helm troop, which should bring us to 24-star White Helm. Does that really do anything? No, but it gives us a little bit of extra tribute chance. And now tribute chance, of course, giving us a little bit extra gems here and there, we're going to be needing it. So every little bit helps. So even higher chance of getting even more gems per day. Not by much, but every little bit adds up, given that we have even more gem cost in the game. But I don't know, they've been given pretty generous amount of gems, as long as they keep those gems flowing in. Just basically gives us more options to use them on, so that's not necessarily bad. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention, they did add new offers as well. We can't currently see them until tomorrow. But yeah, they added a few new offers that are somewhat decent. The one I'm interested in is how much does Initial cost? I'm really curious on how much Initial will be, because that could potentially be auto buy every time you see it. Though I think it's only if you have the VIP thingy, unfortunately, because based on the wording on the post, it does seem like it's VIP locked. Though now the legendary and the epic ones aren't VIP locked anymore, but the mythic one probably is, which is unfortunate. You still haven't seen that knocked owl. No, we're just doing a bunch of the other bird earlier. Anyways, guys, oh yeah, we probably will do another little small Pokemon stream tomorrow as well. But make sure to have the Gems of War video up first, of course, earlier tomorrow. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. Just double check, read through chat real quick. And I will catch you, all of you guys. Oh, wait, sorry. What was your thing? Oh, sorry, Mr. Z. What's the recommended Pure Delve team? For which one? The current one for today? Sorry, I completely missed that. But the Pure faction is Hammer Claw into Sea Witch into Double Deep King. You can also triple up on Deep King. You can even quad up on Deep King. Because their main premise is to keep casting this until you win. Main reason for Hammer Claw is you don't actually want to cast it, you just want him to tank. And Sea Witch is here for additional support to keep you alive. That's pretty much how you end up running that down. Let's see. Eventually we'll roll up to floor 20, yeah. You definitely want to start getting there as quickly as you can. Yep, no problem, Mr. Z. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And as you guys know, we stream Gems of War every single night. 2 hours prior to now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single night, as we have been doing for years now. So if you guys ever want to catch some Gems of War, we're always around. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Have a wonderful week, and best of luck with the next patch. I'll cover a little summary video soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.